You're watching Kenosha Community Media.
Hi, I'm Carol, and we're exploring the Behind the Arts event. And here we are in Rebecca Venn's studio, and we're going to find out about her art. What kind of art do you like to do?
Oh, I like to do all kinds. I like the figure especially. It's one of my favorite things because I guess it's the hardest, and it has the most stories. Each person that you meet, you know, they carry their own story of humanness, and it fascinates me. It's hard, but I love it.
Okay, what other subjects do you do?
Well, I do a lot of watercolor when we travel, and I'm a big fan of florals. I have oils or watercolor. I teach up in Door County, so I do a lot of landscape painting up there, which is full of different subjects. And occasionally when I want to just slow down, I'll do still lifes. And I love the simple still life, too.
Okay, did you go to art school, or were you self-taught? Or?
I went to art school. I got my BA back in Kentucky. Hence the shirt. And after that, I call myself self-educated rather than self-taught. I would seek out other artists whose work I would admire, and I would study with them. So I had some background in art, but then I would see someone and I'd say, oh, I want to learn how you do that. So self-educated, I call myself.
So your studio is pretty far up in this building. Could you tell us about that a little?
Well, this used to be an old furniture store here in Kenosha, the old Bobish Furniture Store. My husband has the talent to do renovation, and it was located a couple of blocks from the train, and we get a lot of our earn a living work out of Chicago, and mostly patent illustrations. And it was so convenient, so we renovated this about 16 years ago. Downstairs are businesses, and my studio and office and living space is upstairs.
Okay. So you like to work in color or black and white better?
Oh, it just depends on the story. Of course, color delights the eye, so I really do love color a lot, whether it's oil or watercolor. But sometimes just that simple graphite line sort of abstracts the subject, but it adds a simplicity that's beautiful. So pencil and paper or ink and paper, I travel with it, and it's another medium that I love.
Okay. So you have a little story about this painting behind us. You want to tell us a little about that?
Sure. This is, initially I called it The Lost Bouquet. I went to Anytime Fitness here in Kenosha, early one morning, about 3 in the morning. I don't know why I woke up that early, but I went. And in the parking lot, I saw this kind of lump of, what is that? And I got closer to it, and it was a bouquet lying in the middle of the parking lot. Sort of wilted, but it was such a beautiful bouquet of roses and daisies, and I thought, well, what the heck, I'll give it a shot. And I brought it home, trimmed the stems, put it in water, and it just blossomed. It opened up. I was lucky that it was cool enough that morning that it hadn't wilted badly, and I brought it home, and I thought, I've got to remember this. So I did a oil painting of it in the vase that I had it all opened up. And then, because it was such a cool story for me anyway, not knowing what the story was behind it, I decided to dry out the bouquet, which is behind us here. And now I've decided I'm going to do a painting of it, of that particular, bouquet dried out. And I'm enjoying it very much. I don't know who gave it to me, but it was lovely to find.
Well, it's a nice story.
It is, whatever.
Right. Anything else you'd like to add about your artwork? Or?
No, it's my passion. It's what I love to do. I work with a lot of models who come up I hire, so I do a lot of figurative work. But that's not my only favorite subject. You know, I love color, so you'll see that in my watercolors and in my oils. So if I could do this all the time, it would be grand. But it's good not to do it all the time. You need a break too.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot for talking to us.
Thank you.
Hi, we're at the Kenosha Art Association, and we're talking to
Pat Koser. I'm the current treasurer of the Art Association.
And could you tell us a little about the Kenosha Art Association?
The Kenosha Art Association is the oldest art group in Kenosha. We've been around since 1950, so this is our 65th year this year. And we do art education, and art appreciation in the community of Kenosha.
How many people are involved?
Current membership is probably about 75, I'm guessing. Don't know right off the top of my head. And we have different events that we have. We're obviously part of Gets Behind the Arts, and we have the Good Old Summertime Art Fair coming up in June 7th in Civic Center Park. And we do art classes throughout the year and different other art events, just the pop-up galleries and things like that.
And what kind of art do you do?
I personally, right now, I'm doing acrylic painting, and I have some artwork in the other room hanging up, and I have the classes usually on Saturday afternoons from 12:30 to 2:30. And
is that a class that you teach or what?
No, I'm not teaching that one. I'm actually a student in that class.
Okay.
Painting is not one of my strong points, so I'm getting better. Tomorrow night, Monday night, I'm teaching a mosaic class where we're going to make either mosaic pots or some kind of dish to have like a bird bath kind of thing. And we have fused glass class that Jill teaches. She's the current president, Jill Montgomery. And those are in the flyers that we have. We have paper making. We have felt making. That's really fun. I've done that a couple times where we've made either a felt scene or actually made purses or bowls, different things.
Okay. Are all the classes held here at this location? And what is this address here?
Okay, the address at the Kenosha Art Association is 5615 7th Avenue. And yes, the classes are held here. The other class I failed to mention is Barb Farrow's watercolor class. This is one of Barb's works. She has class on Thursday and Friday mornings from 9 to 12. And it's usually pretty full in here. It used to be a one-day class, and there was so much interest we had to change it to a two-day class. So half the class comes one day and half the class comes the next day.
Is there a membership fee to join the Art Association?
Yeah, the Kenosha Art Association has, for a single membership, it's $30 a year. For a family, it's $40. And then there's other ones, like if you want to be a patron of the arts and different levels of sponsorship. If you want to sponsor an art event, like if you want to sponsor a pop-up gallery, it can be anywhere, as little or as much as you want to donate. We've had sponsorships from different corporations in the Kenosha area to help us out. Greater Kenosha Arts Council has helped us with some things, and
some other places have helped also.
Sorry, I just
Okay.
forgot off the top.
Do you have a website or a Facebook page?
Yes. The website would be kenoshaartassociation.org. Yes. Sorry.
Well, they can Google it also.
Yes, they can also Google it, and then it'll also come up with the events that we have in classes. It'll come up with the Good Old Summertime Art Fair will show up on that, and you can link on there to become, if you want to be an exhibitor. We do have a few spaces left for the June 7th show, so if you want to be an exhibitor, you can give us a call or go online and fill out the application.
Okay. That sounds good. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Okay, thanks.
Now we're over at Lemon Street Gallery investigating what's up behind the arts over here today. And Richard, tell us a little bit about you and your artwork.
I'm one of the artists here at Lemon Street Gallery. I've been a member since about 2011. I work mostly with acrylic. Right now I'm doing a lot of landscapes. They're basically based on photographs I've taken in Kenosha and between Kenosha and Madison, that sort of area. For example, that painting over there is based on one of the lakefront views here in Kenosha. Take the Saturday morning classes here, and I've been taking classes for about 5 years. Before that, I was mostly self-taught.
Okay. And what was your last name?
Brownshausen.
Okay.
Nobody gets it right the first time, so don't worry about it.
Okay. Have you been associated with Lemon Street for a while? Or?
I started taking classes in about 2009, and after 2 years, I was accepted as a member here.
Okay. Do you sell some of your work here also?
I've sold some. I've also sold some commissions to friends and people who see my work and want a special piece that's commissioned just for them.
So have you met a number of other artists here as well?
Oh yeah, a lot of times I'll come here on second Saturday, and a lot of the artists will be here, and we sit and talk and discuss what's going on in our lives and where our art's going and things like that.
Okay, well, thanks a lot for talking to us.
You're welcome.
We're still here at Lemon Street, and we met another artist here. What's your name?
My name is Carolyn Garland, and I paint under the name of Swede, Swede, given to me by my father.
What kind of work do you like to do?
I do a little bit of everything. I do oil painting, acrylic, but today I'm doing alcohol ink, which is a new medium as far as I'm concerned, and I'm learning all the techniques. And I'm also teaching it at the Kenosha Senior Center here in Kenosha.
Okay. I notice you're painting on tiles. That's a different kind of art.
Yes, actually this is a unique way to paint, and these are kind of abstract. I have more here that is more detailed, and I belong to a group online, which is the Alcohol Ink Artists Club, and there's a lot of good artists on there that I'm learning from, and they're showing me how to do things. So I'm learning.
I notice you're working in very colorful colors. Lots of variation there.
Yes, I like the colors of the rainbow, and I like to have things bright and colorful, and I think it makes people happy.
Are they permanent then, or what?
Okay, we're working on that. Now, with these, I put on a UV sealer, and then I go into a sealant that is made for car engines. And it's a clear coat, and it's made for up to 500 degrees. Therefore, they can be used as trivets and so forth.
Okay. Well, thank you for talking to us.
And I also painted that mailbox over there. That's all done in alcohol ink. So you might want to get a view of that. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. We're at the Mudhouse Gallery and finding out all about that. One of the artists who are participants in this gallery today at Behind the Arts is...
I'm Dominic Subaerial, and I come here regularly to either paint or work with clay. I'm the author of 7 books, and 2 of them are about Kenosha, Secrets of the Family Farm, and I did the cover of this book. It's an oil painting that I did, and I also worked on the interior of this children's book. And it's just a pleasure to be here today and to be selling my books downstairs. I'm working on a painting downstairs also. You all know about the earthquake in Nepal. I was there in the Peace Corps from 1962 to 64, and I went back in 76, 77, and that's where I wrote my first novel, The Pomelo Tree in the Garden. And that was followed by The Harvest and The Shamans. It's a trilogy. I've been back to Nepal 5 times. I was just horrified over the earthquake. I was living in Kathmandu for a solid year. I took a leave of absence for teaching to write. And so I've done the covers of most of my books, and I'm so glad to be at this studio. I come once a week. I bring my sculpture teacher, Gerhard Kroll, from Racine, and he's the one who taught both Brigitte and myself about sculpture. So we come here. We're members of the Kenosha Art Association. I'm still a member, and it's just a pleasure to be here. The tragedy of the earthquake has certainly been a shock. I'm also working on a book called The Long Road to Mount Kailash, and I was in Nepal again in 2013, and went with Hindu friends on a pilgrimage in Tibet. And so my next novel is The Long Road to Mount Kailash, and it's halfway finished now. And my wife and I worked on the children's books. We have Elmer the Octopus and Hester the Weird Witch. And I mentioned already the names of the trilogy, including Murder on the Mountain. 2 books about Kenosha, Secrets of the Family Farm, 1951. And the other one is A Desperate Decision, and that's 1956. So you're following the life of the character Adam. Okay, and it's all written on location. So thank you for allowing me to be interviewed.
Okay.
And thanks for taking a
Thank
look
you.
at my books.
Thank you for talking to us.
No, it's my pleasure.
Hi, we're finding out more about the Mudhouse Gallery. Could you tell us about that?
Well, the Mudhouse has been here in Kenosha 6 years now. Actually, we are operating. It is a studio where we rent out some studio space. We have quite a few people, as you can see, who do sculptures and pottery. We also have been doing painting parties here in the studio, sitting around. I'm here pretty much full-time during the week, painting, pottery, working in porcelain, stoneware, and earthenware, and just branching out, doing different things, you know, having fun.
How many people participate over here?
During the week, we have our renters come in. We have currently 4 of them that are renting studio space. Vince Gaudas is the one who started the Mudhouse with me. He's the studio partner. He's doing a lot of drawings. The time varies, so we don't always are here at the same time. Vince is here. He starts out sometimes 3, 4 in the morning because he has a full-time job. Then he leaves when we start coming in. And so it just, like I said, it varies during the day. So we have plenty of space for everybody, and we are not in each other's way.
Looks like you have a great variety of things going on around here.
We do. We love a lot of color, and it's just basically a very, very happy space to be in. I feel very blessed to be able to do that.
Well, thanks a lot for talking to us.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, we're finding out about some more artwork. Could you tell me your name and a little about what kind of artwork you do?
Oh, my name is Ann Levin. I am a former science teacher. In 2010, I stopped teaching, and I decided to go back into art. So it's been about 5 years that I've decided to go back into ceramics, and I like to make animals. A lot of it has to do with growing up on a ranch. I incorporate that. For example, let's see, this one right here, the red horse. When I was growing up, we had 2 geldings, and they would play tug of war with a stick. So I'd made one of them, and that's why he's holding a stick. That was just the funniest thing. They'd pick it up, and they'd do that. Other things are animals that I have at home, or just made up crazy fun things. And I'm really enjoying this new direction.
Looks like a lot of fun. You look pretty creative with that purple ostrich, I think it is, or the cat with the bright blue eyes.
Yeah, it is. I miss the creativity. When I was teaching, it's just what, you know, things change over time. And so I found an avenue for my creativity right here. And I'm in the studio. I pay rent to Brigida, and that gives me studio space and then a kiln for firing. Now this one over here, the big purple bird, is paper mache clay. So I learned about that on the internet, and I bought the book by the author, Johnny Good. Her book's over there, and it doesn't require firing. It's just paper, and then you make the clay with its drywall compound and glue, and believe it or not, toilet paper. And it's all blended, and you put it on there, and it dries, and there you have it.
Looks like a lot of fun.
It is. It is a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for talking to us.
You're welcome.
We're here exploring more artist studios. Could you tell me your name and what kind of art you do?
I'm Sue Ellen Schoon, and I consider myself a figurative painter. I work in oil and rather large, as you can see. And Jamie?
I'm Jamie Rutherford. I'm primarily a drawer, a little bit of dabbling in things. I'm an art student right now, so yeah, I do a lot of anatomy and faces and kind of creepy kind of stuff.
So were you two friends first, or artists together first, or what?
Oh, I have to think for a minute.
We
just met.
Did the tour last year, and I got to see Sue Ellen's tour, and I became a big fan of her work. Lots of mutual friends, and somehow we connected and hit it off right away.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. How long have you had an art studio out here?
Well, I just moved to Kenosha, and I saved enough money from selling paintings to have this area rehabbed into a studio. Before this, I was in a studio on 16th Street in Racine. So really, I've been here since December, but with the winter we had, I think today is probably the opening of the studio. It's kind of exciting to have everybody here today for the first day we're in here working. Mm-hmm. So this is how it, yeah.
party.
It's a party.
Like a party
Yeah.
today.
Do you both like to be here at the same time working, or do you like to work separately?
We haven't had the opportunity yet, but we're really excited to just play off each other's energy and really get some stuff going in here. Definitely.
We did set the studio up today. We didn't work for 2 weeks to make it look as beautiful as it does today. We did this in 2 hours, and I found working with her and our way of hanging art and placing things, we had a real nice, like a dance feel between us. It was very pleasant. So I think it'll be great working together.
So do you like to work from photographs or from life or what?
Yeah, I think all three. I always I ran the Life open studio for life drawing at Mass Art for 7 years. So I painted from the naked figure, for so long that I became really tired of it. So then I went to photographs, clothed photographs, and now I do a lot from memory. Like this one is completely from memory, and this one is from a photograph. So a little bit of everything.
How about you, Jamie?
I enjoy figure studies as well. I prefer actually what's inside the body as to what's outside of the body. So mine's a lot of bones and anatomy and flesh. So,
okay. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Well, we're thrilled that you're here because all of us are working so hard to promote the arts. And when I moved back to Wisconsin, I was born in Kenosha and I left quite a long time ago. And I thought, oh no, what's going to happen to my art? Because being out in Boston and various places like that, I was pretty connected. And I came back here, and what's happening in Kenosha and Racine, especially through Get Behind the Arts and various programs, is astonishing. For a small area like this, so this sort of help, having it televised and, the community becoming involved together is really appreciated. Thank you so much for being here.
Okay, Jamie, would you like to say anything else?
I've just been really blessed. I, through art, have met some really amazing, powerful, strong women, and who I consider friends and mentors and teachers. And I'm thankful for stuff like this because I meet people like this, and I hope we always have this.
Very sweet.
Well, thank you for being part of the strong artist community in Kenosha.
Thank you very much.
Now we found a studio that's being used for music and art, so we'd like to learn these people's names and a little about their art here.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Vogt. I play guitar and sing in the band Denoma.
I'm Israel Alpizar, and I play drums in the band Denoma.
And Israel, is this your studio here, or?
Yeah, this is our Denoma's kind of like practice, headquarters, jam sessions, recording studio. So it's a little bit of everything, as you can see. Like this is where we rehearse, where we have sometimes like showings for like music videos or something. As you see, we have our screen back there. But it's also a recording studio that actually, we have a control room and everything is ready to set for recording at any moment, any time.
Okay. I know you do some kinds of art also. I know you have some records cut out here into different patterns. You do that with lasers, or how do you do that?
Stuff.
Yeah, I've actually just recently started last year during Christmas. I've been cutting them with hot knives and cutting out wall decor from old vinyl records that aren't used anymore.
Well, it's kind of unique. And I know I've seen Israel exhibiting his art at Fusion, for instance. Do you do that kind of stuff still, or?
Well, right now I had a show in Black Friday last year, and it was called Desires, but that's kind of I'm running out of the painting, so I'm working on new stuff now. So that's why I don't have any of my stuff tonight. So, kind of.
Well, we still think of you as an artist as well as a musician.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, but there's some photography that Patty Finneran took pictures of for our album that we're about to release in hopefully within a few months. For the album artwork, he took pictures of the interpretations of 12 of the songs that are going to be in that album. So that's what you see over there. They're kind of they're pictures of the tracks that are going to be in the new album. Going to be called Falling Forward. Yeah.
Great. So how long have you been in this space?
I don't know. It's 2012, 11. I don't know. This actually used to be our buddy Ian Lund's place. Actually, let's go back a little bit. This actually used to be a speakeasy, and in the Prohibition era, and then it got burnt down, and then it was all devastated down here. And my buddy Ian came down, cleaned it all up with his band at the time, The Danger, and they built these walls, the control room, everything, cleared it up. And it was a recording studio for a while, and I ended up recording our band. So I met Ian, and he was like, hey, we need our first album. And he recorded us, and while the recording session, he kind of wanted to move to Austin, Texas. But he wasn't so sure. So he gave us the keys to hold on to in case he comes back. And he loves Austin, so he never came back, so the place is ours now for, I think we released that album in 2012. 11? So it had to be, we've been here since 2011 then, so.
Okay, well, we'll be looking forward to hearing your new album then.
Oh, yeah. We'll be launching a Kickstarter campaign for it. Right now we're just making sure that everything's gonna be in order because there's like tax liabilities and all that stuff. So once we get all that stuff organized, we're gonna launch a fundraising campaign, or not fundraiser, it's a Kickstarter campaign, and then to help us promote and also sell the album. So.
Anything else you want to add about the Behind the Arts event or anything?
I think it's fun that we get to have strangers come in here and check out, what goes behind the scenes when it comes to, being a musician. It's like you got to carry all that equipment once you're done playing, bring it down, and then you're here for hours practicing, twice a week. And it's good that people come in and check it out and see what it looks like.
Well, thanks a lot for talking to us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.